Hey everyone, my name is David Justice, co-founder of Young Merchant, where we're creating enticing content for young and aspiring entrepreneurs and go-getters. Today marks our very first interview, and I'm super excited because today we'll be spending a little bit of time with a longtime friend of mine, Rashawn Frisby. Rashawn is the founder of Ora XX. They're creating crazy merch and a lot of other media and content such as videos, music, and much, much more. Everything they do and they're involved in is eye catching and out of this world. So we appreciate his time today. But Rashawn, if you want to go a little bit over your history and introduce yourself.
My name is Rashawn Frisby. I'm located out of Chester, Pennsylvania. I knew David Justice for like years. I mean, we even played on the same basketball team when he used to drop buckets. I mean, he was pulling up from Curry range. I think that's that light skin prowess that he got in. It's just a joke. But here at Ora season, it's me and a couple other of my business partners. We run or are about to get into the fashion field. I've already been individually in the fashion field. I designed sneakers for a couple of celebrities, including Jaleel Beast, Randy Hollis Jefferson, Justin Waldington, John Bourne, Quincy P. Diddy's son, T.Y.E., and a bunch of other people that, I could go a list of names. But I wanted to touch bases on my brand and what it actually means to be a part of my brand, because a lot of people don't know where the blemish stems from. As you can see right here, it's a little, I'm not sure if I give like an accurate picture, but it's my brand. And what my brand is how can I put this in the most accurate, artistic way possible? My brand is an extension of myself. It is my duty to show people that not only do you not have to be perfect, but you should list your imperfections as perfection, because we were all made in the image of God. And if you take that knowledge and apply it to one's self-worth, then it will amplify your mindset, emotional prowess, mentality, and other things, and allow you to excel in life. A lot of times people are really down because they look at the next man or the next person and they say, my life is imperfect, but their life is better than mine. What can I do to make my life like theirs? And it's like, no, your life is perfect. So with this brand, I honestly wanted to embody what it is to be and make imperfections perfection. And that's what I like to do. And from here on out, I dedicated my life to making, if anybody had any negative vibes around me, just uplifting people and not putting a strand of doubt or not worrying about what the next man has, but just thinking, how can I better my life and how can I live in my truest form?
Yeah, I like that. And your brand is pretty much embodying, a lot of people, they look down on their imperfections, or, it doesn't always mean a bad habit or anything. Like sometimes it's just something you can't, sometimes it's you. You were born that way. It's your personality. It could be a physical thing. And I think a lot of people are, not trained verbally, but, psychologically, they're just, in their head, they hide it, they're embarrassed of it. They're afraid of it, or something's wrong with them. And your brand is showing not only is that not that it's wrong, but also that it's a beautiful thing. And sometimes perfection could be the thing that makes you what people remember you about, or what becomes your big thing. So I think with your brand that is definitely a great thing.
Exactly. I tried to embody it. Most people don't know, but even 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and let me just take this off, because as you can see right here, I have a mechanism in my head, which you can see a small lump, and it's actually a shunt. And what a shunt does is, what hydrocephalus is it is excess cerebral spine fluids in the spinal cavity. And what it does is, everybody has a drainage in their spine or a spinal cord connected to their cranium. So it's like right here. Yeah. And it drains the cerebral spine fluids. In my case, there's no passageway to drain it. So what they had to do is drill a hole in my head, and that's how, and put a mechanism in my head for the rest of my life that would drain the cerebral spine fluids. And to me, it was crazy, going through surgery, just seeing my appearance change, which was a big thing for me. Just feeling not so confident. So I believe after I had I just had an epiphany, and I said, "Yo, how can I turn this into a positive thing?
Yeah.
How can I inspire the next person to say, yo, this is not something that I should be ashamed of. This is not something that I should down myself over. But how can I become my better self, and not only become my better self, but help the people around me?" And that's what I honestly aim and strive to do. And I've dedicated my life ever since that day that I sat there in the medical table, whatever you want to call it, and I looked up and I prayed and I said, yo, like, I got to do something about this. And I did. And I'm doing it now.
I mean,
we won't be here.
I'm very impressed. First off, I hope you're okay. It seems like you're doing okay, but I didn't know that personally. So you're a very strong individual. You know, I don't know all the health things and medical things that affects you, but I definitely, you know, commend you for that. And I think it's a whole nother step to commend you for. It's not only for you personally, but to create a brand that, you know, you're not just saying this, you're literally embodying this. The founder is a prime example of what you want your audience to do. And I think that's going to go a long way with that. So I definitely commend you for that. I think you sped by a lot of stuff. You know, first off, your brand, you know, it's not a little thing. First off, I just think it's crazy that you had Hollis Jefferson. I remember in high school, this guy had ESPN camping at Chester High. And, you know, he's been on 3 or 4 NBA teams, you know. You got Diddy's son on there. You got Jalil Beats, which if anybody doesn't know, you know, it's produced Iron Boss by Meek and other stuff. So, I mean, you know, and then you have, I hope I always pronounce his name wrong. I think it's Justin Waddington, right?
You know, Justin Waddington? Yeah, man. Look, that guy is an amazing artist. He just launched a piece where he did a portrait of Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Yeah. And if you pay attention to the detail, it is so magnificent. I mean, just the architecture of it. Like, this man, I saw him during his beginning stages. He draws a line. He draws like a graph before he even draws, and then he takes a small micro brush and just goes over every single line, every single step of the process. Is so tedious. I commend that man for doing that, because I do not have the patience for that.
I saw. I mean, a lot of people, you know, some people go and Google images, and they, like, if you go to New York and they got these portraits on the side of stuff like $5-10 with, they, you know, what they're doing is taking images off of Google, and you could tell. I looked at his photo of Kobe, and I was just like, you know, just like crazy. Like, it's like the fact that not only is he painting it, it's not, you know, I'm not down with anybody else's work that might have painted stuff like that before. Right. The detail is everything. You can look in every corner in there, you can see. So, I mean, for an artist like that and creator to really connect with you and, you know, embody what you're doing, enjoy the movement, it shows a lot about you. So
that's not to cut you off, but that's what I find so remarkable about that is the simple fact that somebody that talented, skilled, to reach out to me and to say, yo, I like your work, it kind of put me in a different realm in mentality, because it's like, what am I doing that's giving off such a frequency to connect or allow people to visualize what I visualize? Yeah. And that's when you know that you're doing something right. When somebody that you had no idea even knew who you were hits you up in your DM and they like, yo, I love what you've been doing. I'm a big fan. I want to purchase or invest in you. Me, I'm like, no, I want to invest in you. Your pieces just go for so much. I'm like, yo, listen, when I say love for your pizza, that's when I want to invest in you. But yeah, it was a beautiful thing. We made, like, we talked, and we have a future collaboration coming up, and it's just amazing, man.
It's like I said, there's a lot of sides of things and a lot of indicators that you have. Even if you're at a business that's not successful, indicators that you have something, you know, and that is when you start having, you know, people that, you know, either you look up to or people that you didn't think would look at you, or figures reaching out to you that I don't know if you reached out to them already, if it happened, I don't know what, it doesn't matter. The fact is they responded and they came out. I saw the shoots, I saw the photo shoots and everything. I'm like, he took his time from the things he was doing. And that's good. So one thing I wanted to kind of start off with is kind of add a few questions. You see, I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I'm studying other people. I like to be around like-minded people, and people are better than me. I don't know who the quote was from, but they said, "I like to be the dumbest person in the room." So I got
That's
my paper, and I'm trying to, hear some stuff for you. So I got a few questions for you that I think our audience would really, take something from. What we're looking to do with these interviews are to talk to people, not every brand, people that we believe are going somewhere, people that are either there or going there and are doing unique things, and also that I know came from a certain background to inspire other people that are aspiring to do the same thing. For your industry, I really had a few specific questions. So the first thing was, before you were doing this, were you doing any 9-to-5 job or anything like that?
Yeah. I feel like you always have to have multiple forms of income. Fortunately and unfortunately for me, I can't stay at a job too long.
Yeah.
Me personally, I believe that you should have multiple streams of income, but when it comes to the jobs that I was choosing for me, they didn't fit my area of expertise, nor did they complement me in the things that I wanted to learn. When I worked for Arctic Glacier for 5 years, driving trucks, got my CDLB, Class B. I worked for Walmart, didn't stay there for long. Worked for American, what is that? American Co. It's like a fashion. I work with Panera Bread. Oh man, bro, I worked for them as a driver, and it was the most humbling experience ever. Because I'm like, geez, I looked around, I'm like, bro, I'm really not where I want to be at. Shouts out to all of the people that I work with. I worked for, and I also worked as with children, like mentally
disabled.
Mentally disabled children, which was a very humbling experience too, and it actually it was a unique pathway for me seeing what it's like to be born with something like what I have, and to not have the ability to do what I do. If I elaborated on that correctly. So that was a very humbling experience too. But as God would see it, like when God has something aligned for you and you create a purpose, you'll know.
I was going to ask you that. Is what made you feel like it was? I don't know when you started, but when what made you feel like now's the day, today's the day, or I've been thinking about this idea. When should I start implementing it? When should I go? What was that? Was there a moment, or do you just feel like it kind of just happened?
I think it happened, and this is sad to say, but a lot of people that believed in me passed away.
Gotcha.
And it was it was one specific it was a guy by the name of Kevin.
Yeah.
And this was back in about, like, I'll say, excuse me if wrong, I don't want to get this wrong, but it was like 3-4 years ago, and I even want to shed a tear now, but he believed in me.
Yeah.
And it was one of these people that I grew up with, like I went to school with, and you kind of like go into different friend groups, and around this time that was the friend group that I was in, because we had the same mindset. We both wanted the same thing. And he passed from like heart failure or disease revolving around that, and opened up my eyes, because it's like you could do everything and you could listen to everybody's criticism or negativity about you, or just worry about what everybody has to say. But at the end of the day, you are the only person that have to deal with your own thoughts. You are the person that at nighttime you have to go through what you have to go through, and nobody can take that journey with you through your own mind. Nobody sees the underlying emotional trauma that we all endured growing up. Nobody sees the pressure that you put on yourself trying to be something for your family and your family's sake. Nobody sees the type of pressure and scrutiny that you put yourself through when it comes to issues revolving around just being somebody. So I think to alleviate all of the pressure, all of the bullshit, excuse my language.
You're good.
Alleviate all of that. I just said, I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me, and whatever I do from this day on, I'm just going to push. I'm just going to do it. Whatever I put my mind to, I'm going to do it. Period.
I like that. As far as when you because you create your company creates a lot of different content and a lot of everything's good. It catches all my eye. Hey, I don't know. Some people are visual. Some people are. I learned this back in the day on some car stuff. Some people are kinetic. Some people are like kind of combination of both. Some are visual. I'm a visual person, and you got all of it. You're overseas and create some crazy stuff. And I think it's not crazy in the sense of like, oh no. It's like eye catching, like you want to be drawn to it, and I think creates a vibe, and I don't know if that's just me personally. I don't know, but you got a huge following, so I'm assuming it's catches everybody. Yeah. So with all the content you guys produce and merch, what is your creative process for tapping into that? Is there something that you have to do day in, day out? Is it like a place that you go to? Is there, what brings that creative spirit out of you?
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell you that. Sometimes I don't. I think that it dwells in a realm of just being by myself. Yeah. Like sometimes you really do need to just chill. Like sometimes you need to take a break from social media, everybody not even accepting calls, and just play a game or just sit back and just realize how blessed you are. And I think that, that is a gift in itself. That's my creative process. Just sitting back, relaxing, and just like, damn, I'm really here.
Give your mind some space to go.
Just sit back. Like right now, just sit back and think, like I have the ability to be on a Zoom call in my own crib with beautiful art behind me, sitting on this nice couch, and my nice glasses, and I'm buff. What's that? Like just things like that. You don't really you don't think about it on an everyday, but it's just certain things, subtle things like that that'll bring you back to yourself.
Yeah. Do you feel like because I know you're not really, which I think is really smart from a business perspective, is that you haven't really, I think you're entering fashion, you're in fashion, but you're not necessarily only fashion. You do other, I know I'm going to play, I'll let you share what you want to share, but you're in a lot of different stuff, but at the same time, everything is focused, it's not, all over the place. You're in 3-4 different categories that all make sense and link up to your image. A lot of business people, though, when they're entering the fashion district, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of brands,
Yeah, factual.
What do you feel like made you stand out? Because a lot of people, how it starts is, I tell all my family and friends, and then it stops after a month. But you have been, it only gets bigger and it's only getting better. And I feel like, so what do you feel like your secret is for other people that aspire to be in the fashion business to really stand out and grow?
Be yourself. People, man, it's so crazy in the Black community and in other communities, let's say even bigger, the fashion community, to see a trend, take that trend, and then copy the trend.
Yeah.
What I do is I'm inspired by things. So I might take the trend and amplify it or turn it into, I'm a creative director. That is my degree title. That is what I'm going to school for. That is what I want to become. That is what I embody on a day-to-day basis. That is me. So my idea of that is to take our idea, amplify it, turn it into your own, but don't copy a trend. Me, what I do, you said, you wanted to talk about like multiple things that I do. I believe I made up this quote. I haven't heard it before, but I said, my job is to know what you know. Might have heard it before on a movie or something like that. My job is to know what you know. Okay. Cut the middleman out. If I know how to edit, if I know how to make clothing, if I'm business savvy, if I'm artistically inclined and understand how perspective shifts the demand curve and how to supply and demand, then I'm all of these. I'm a jack of all trades of my own, so I can hold my own when it comes to whatever I want to envelope myself in. But some people, they just want to dive deep into one lane, and to me, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Also, people become stagnant in their ways. Meaning, me, I'm free form. I can listen to Beethoven. I can listen to Fifth Symphony. I can listen to rock. I can listen to Foo Fighters. I can listen to the Baby. I can listen to Michael Jackson. I can listen to Carrie Hilson. I could listen to things. And then when I scroll on Instagram and I see something that's very unique to me, and then in the comments I see this is trash. My first thought is, I actually like that. Why is it trash to them? That just goes to show that I'm in the right place mentally, because I think that everything is great. Because again, imperfections are perfections. What you think is trash is another man's treasure. Like, that's just the beauty of it all.
And I think that's a really good spot to bring the conversation to, is a lot of people don't realize, you don't want to just put anything out. You want to put your best, but at the end of the day, there's I think the other day I was looking, it's like 8-9 billion people, something like, it's a huge number.
Yeah.
There's if I made something, you might not like it, but there's for sure somebody that probably will like it. And your job as a business, a lot of people focus on, they're trying to be Nike, they're trying to be Apple, they're trying to be, AT&T, these huge companies that everybody, in reality, you can have a very successful business finding, I think it was Grant Cardone or Gary Vee, they said, just find 10,000 loyal fans and you can have a huge 6-figure to $1 million business. Find 10 that will buy anything you drop. That's what a lot of people need to focus on. That is, and I honestly, when I say people, I'm talking, this is for me. I feel like when I start something, I have the goal. My wife will tell you, I'm like, how do I make $1 million? How do I make $1 million? How am I want to be in every story. And you gotta start somewhere first. And the first step is starting. And after that, it's finding your people. And I think that really goes what you said is, a lot of times you go in comments and people say this trash or I don't like it. And, you might look 300 comments and there's a lot of other stuff, but I bet you'll find 5 or 10 people in there that'd
be like, it's fire. And I'm more than likely one of those people. And another thing is, I wanted to touch on, like, it's something that you say. You asked me a question, but I'm answering it. I just don't remember exactly what it was. I don't put anything else unless I perfected it.
Yeah.
I don't. If you look on my page, you'll see, like, certain sneakers, even my visuals, like the video that I had edited, my own music video. I don't put nothing out unless it's perfected by me.
Yeah.
You don't see no clothing that I did for anybody on my page. You don't see none of that. The latest piece that you did see was a piece by me, but that was for a photo shoot and it was perfected by me. I don't put nothing out unless I feel 100% comfortable.
Yeah.
To some people, it is about money.
Yeah.
That's where you mess up at.
Yeah.
If you look at the underlying piece to success is you form what you love and then the money comes.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds cliche, but I'm a prime example of it.
Yeah.
I found what I love. I heard haters. Get out of here. I heard a lot of things. And then I did what I love. I wouldn't be sitting right here with the amazing David Justice today if I didn't say I'm just going to do me and perfect my craft and, like, live and embody myself. And I think that it's amazing what you're doing, bro. I don't think that, like, if nobody told you yet, because they will, I feel like you are a very credible person and you should be honored for what you're doing, because it's not what everybody is doing. It's not what everybody's striving for. You're different. And I love that about you, bro. You always been different.
I appreciate, it's funny you say that. So I would think it was 2 weeks ago, my sister was dropping her off to college. Mm-hmm. We were having a little, DJ session where everybody got to go around and pick their song, the song that identifies them. And the song I picked to this day, since I don't know when the song came out, middle school or high school, is I'm Different by 2 Chainz. Favorite song. Favorite, God. I promise you, it's on every phone, every iPad, that is my favorite song of all time. I probably won't play in front of my mother because, the lyrics, but that's my favorite song. I love the music video. I love everything. So, I think a lot of people, a lot of people are looking, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, when they be fit in, there's nothing wrong with, not wanting to, well, I think there is something wrong not trying to stand out. Right. But I feel like a lot of people are so focused on when we're kids, I don't want to be teased. I don't want to be bullied. I don't want to, and then we grow up, then you got to relearn that, because of social media and stuff. Now you got to unlearn that and learn, I need to stand out. I want to be memorable. That's why you see people with tattoos on their face, and you see, you know, Lil Uzi said somebody's putting a diamond on his face, and you know, there's different types of music now.
Right, facts.
You know,
that was recently too, right? The pink diamond.
That was like a couple of days ago, I think I saw. You know, and I think, you know, there's not. I know some things you can argue what you don't like and all that. That's fine. You know,
right.
I think there are bad things to do to stand out. You know, and that's for anybody else's morals. But I generally feel like, as a young age, we're taught to want to fit in. You know, when I was in the military, I was taught that. When we went through basic training, I had, you know, my father was in the military. I wasn't worried about the push-ups. I wasn't worried about the yelling, none of that. Because my dad, I already knew what's up. So I thought it was funny. I just came from college track. I was fit. The running wasn't nothing. But what I learned was they taught us, your goal in basic training is not to be the best. Your goal is for me not to know your name by the end of basic training. So I went maybe 4 weeks without them not knowing my name. And then eventually they found out, and that's when they pick on you. So your goal is to be a team, and, you know, your goal is to fit in. And that's fine for certain industries, but I feel like in business, that's not what you need to do. You need to be standing out. You need to be, I don't care if it's bad. I think Grant Cardone said, bad attention, or he said bad criticism is better than none. Like, he was like, at least you're getting attention.
Yeah.
So at least people remember you.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want no bad attention, but I think that's people's point, is that you need to be memorable. You need to be different. You need to stand out.
Right.
And I think that's what your brand is definitely doing, is, you know, using your imperfections to stand out, you know, utilizing that, you know, if, you know, you got one arm, don't be scared. Don't not go out and stuff because you got one arm.
Definitely.
Definitely,
you know, man.
If you got a speech impediment, or, you know, I think I'm saying that word right, you know, if, you know, whatever the case is, you know, utilize them and make that the best thing and the good thing about you, not the thing that holds you back and makes you not proud of yourself.
Right, especially with this day and age, it might catapult you. It's more than likely to catapult you. Whatever your imperfection is, it seems like this culture, the millennials, is actually highlighting the imperfections. So you can even establish a business from and really have multi-millions.
Yeah. Do you feel like so one question I have for you was where did I'm sorry. So on Instagram, this one's for me. It's a personal question. So a lot of people, I think there's a lot of different social media. There's Twitter, there's Facebook, I think there's one Clubhouse now. I don't even know what that one's all about.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different ones. And, you know, and honestly, it's going to be kind of hard for anybody to keep up with all of them. You might be a step behind some of them. But I feel like one that's supposed to stay around for a while is, and especially for brands, is Instagram.
Right.
Especially for young entrepreneurs. What do you feel like, you know, was the way that, you know, because the beginning, it takes a while, you know. I feel like after a while, traction just makes it go, you know, and you get going. But in the beginning, you know, for somebody, you know, that's starting out, they share and they only get 20 of their friends to follow. What was it, you know, because you have over 8,000, you know, and it's only going up. What do you feel like was, you know, do you have any advice on how to gain traction on different social medias?
Yeah, man, like you said, attention. Like, whatever you can do to gain attention, just make dope content. For me, I went viral a couple of times. That's the reason why I got, like, my followers out. This was way back in the day. I archived some of the pictures, but I made some Gucci Air Force Ones that just went it just went crazy. I mean, this was back in 2018. I was getting messages from London, Germany, everywhere. And I screenshotted all of them back in the day. Like, I had an Android, but this was before a screenshot, but I had took a picture on another phone just to like show people, like, this is crazy to me.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't do was watermark. So I don't even know how people were getting back to my page, but I guess I don't know. But I didn't watermark. I would say watermark. Definitely put your name on everything that you post.
Okay.
And just make dope content. Like, make something that people didn't see before.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That sounds so cliche. Just, yeah.
Nah, that makes sense. Like I said, it's so, and that's why I think TikTok is crazy, because you can go viral in a day. You can, you know, it's, you know, my wife and I don't know if you remember that video. Do you remember that video where my hair got cut?
Yeah, you was drawing. But that's just power of it though. Like the fact that I seen that and that sits in my subconscious. Like, what if you blow up now and then like people be like, yo, I saw him from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the power of it all. Like, that's the power of it. I saw where did I can't put my finger on him. Where did I see him? That's the guy that, you know, it's crazy. And TikTok is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's perfect for, you know, it's perfect for, I think it started off for young people, and now you'll see elderly people on there, and you'll see about pages for their dogs and whatnot. And I think, you know, it doesn't guarantee, I think TikTok guarantees everybody, everybody might not hit 2 million views or something, but I do think it allows everybody to get to that 10, 20K mark of followers, and everybody gets a couple $100,000. And that's all you need, I feel like, you know, to have a successful business. You know, like for us, like I said, I was doing that for a tutorial for me later for us memory. And then I said, this is kind of funny. And I was pissed. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. So I kind of played around with it a little bit, didn't do too much editing, like, you know, 5 minutes, put it on her page because I didn't have a TikTok. And sure enough, like 3 months later, I think she has like 2.9 million views or something on it.
Crazy.
Like, you know, my hair get messed up.
My boy went viral. Yeah, but that's amazing though. That's the amazing part about it, bro. It's like with TikTok, you don't know when you're gonna blow up.
Yeah.
In fact, when you post a video, because my friends that I have, one of them, he blew up in a day. He gained 1 million followers in like 2 days.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you know what the guy name is. His name is Nice Two Strangers. His name is Brandon. Yeah, his name is Brandon. He located right there in New Jersey. But what he does is he was the first one ever I saw to do this. He writes names on a wall and he throws a dart at a name. And whatever name that it hits, as long as they follow him, he gives them $100. Boom, that's simple. Everybody is commenting, everybody's following.
Wow.
Just to say, yo, like, hopefully it lands on my name. And he's credible, man. He sent everybody that land on, as long as you following him, he gives you $100 or whatever he feels like that day he should be giving out. And it's the craziest thing ever. I was thinking about it and I said, that's genius. That's genius. But 1 million followers in 2 days, literally, he showed me a screenshot of the day before and the day after. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And now he can do anything he wants with that. Whether he probably will keep doing it. If he doesn't, once you have that audience, and Grant says that a lot. Grant Cardone says money follows attention and attention follows money. So not only will, you know, like you said, you shouldn't business, you know, as a business person, you want to make money, you want to have a living. But, you know, it shouldn't be your only reason, and if not your main reason, you know, whatever your company's mission is. But for you to make money, you need attention. And once you get that attention, it'll follow afterwards, you know? So I feel like a lot of people are pursuing the dollars right away. And I think if you pursue the audience first and that attention, and, you know, that's why I think for people that are like music artists, you know, they should be doing every freaking, like, you know, I don't know what they call them, like pop-up things or like concerts. And like at bars. And like they should be on social media. You know, if you're making clothing, you know, a lot of people don't do that. You know, some people give stuff out for free to an influencer. You know, some people, if you got food, people need to try it. You know, I feel like people will focus on the money right away, and you need to get that audience first. Because now anything else you come out with, at least, I mean, you still want to grow, but now you have a base audience, and they'll just keep growing and growing and growing. So, I mean, I feel like. Yeah, like I said, with me, I mean, that was the reason why we started this. Was I just feel like there's a lot of different people that, you know, there's two people. There are either people that are entrepreneurs and they're doing it wrong. They just think you can, you know, go slap a brand on a T-shirt and that's it. And then there's, you know, and they learn the hard way, you know. And then on the other side of it, there's people that have a great idea, but they think it's not good enough, or they think it's not going to get as big, or they just simply don't know how to. And then the third audience was for people that I'm not against, you know, going to college and working up the corporate ladder. My mom did it. Yeah. My sister's going to college right now. I'm not a problem. I feel like society trains you that that's the only way. Yeah, it's not the high school. You got to do 4-year degree. You got to get in a lot of debt. And the problem is that is great if you know what you're doing, what you want to do. If you are going to college, you think about it. You're a 17, 18-year-old. Do you know what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Nah, and that's where a lot of people mess up at. In fact, A good friend of mine spent $80,000 on a degree for Art Institute, graduated from the Art Institute of Philadelphia, and
Yep.
he didn't want to do graphic designs or touch a camera, even though his dad he literally breeds photographers. Like he has apprentices under him, everything. Like he just knows what he's doing with a camera. And this man, I had to literally, again, going back to what my brand stands for, I had to literally tell him and make him come to my last content shoot, because it was like, you're not going to be around me and you have so much potential and you sleep on it. And you tell me that, oh yeah, I'm just focused on money right now. Again, I said, nah, bro. I said, you can't be around me and you have all of these artistically inclined ideas to really propel you to what holds, what is for you in the future. And you have all of these gifts and you just talking about money. Don't talk to me about that money shit, bro. Because what you can do is you can turn your dreams, aspirations, and those abilities into money and tangible and intangible assets. That's what I be trying to tell my folk too. And it's like all of these ideas, like you said, all of these ideas that you're sitting on, just go out and do it. If you fail, cool. At least you can say you did it. But don't sit on an idea that you know could potentially put you in the next gen or the next to come in a better position. Don't do that.
Even if you don't know that it's going to go, even if you don't know, like I said, I feel like some people, they have a good idea that they might like, but they don't think a lot of people are going to like. And I mean, that's something to consider. You know, you don't want to do something that you might, that might, whatever. But I feel like if you're passionate about it, like you said, I feel like passion will bring the money. I'm all for making the money. I drive around the big houses. I put the vision in my head, but I don't do everything for that's not the basis for it. I want money I don't want things to make money. I want money to open up doors for me. I want to meet cool people. I want to do conferences. I want to travel. I want to have different experiences. I want to make sure my kids are good. But it's not about the love of money. You shouldn't do anything for the love of money. Just, you need to be doing things for a passion. And the passion needs to come first and money second. And, for me, I feel like I said, I just wanted to create a place where people could do that, One, if they have, maybe somebody like they come on this channel and they can see you and they can say, I want to get in fashion. How does somebody that from Chester, do that? How do they reach people all the way across the world? Or maybe it's somebody that, maybe they are in school like your friend and they're just like, I just don't, I'm not feeling this. I just went here because my parents told me to. And they they don't do what everybody else is doing. They can come to our site and, and see dozens, if not hundreds, of different entrepreneurial, ways they can make money if they need to make money. My wife just, produced an article the other day, and it's about different side hustles people can make. So people that are in school that need to make money, there's a bunch of stuff nowadays you can make money doing anything.
So tell me about it.
So I feel like that's really what we're all about. We're trying to do is just create a movement of people that, whether you want to do corporate, whether you want to be a freelancer, whether you want to create the next biggest company, it doesn't have to be young people. It could be older people. Anybody that's aspiring to be an entrepreneur or do big things, make an impact. This is a place that will give you motivation, that will give you examples of it happening, and also give you information on how to do it.
On how to do it, because a lot of people, they want to do something, but they just don't know how easy it is or even have information on how to do it. Trust me, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but if I knew how easy streaming was, being as nice as I am in Call of Duty, and I'm not just saying that, I was ranked number 24 in the world. You could even look up the stats. If I knew how to stream, trust me, I would be
on it. Yeah,
I would be. I'm so serious. I would be up there. I would be up there. But again, I didn't have the knowledge, and fortunately and unfortunately for me, I started to just envelope myself in artistry and just said, the game is just for casual play now. I just enjoy playing the game now. So, but like you said, I appreciate what you're doing, because you allowing people to have resources and information on how to do things. You can have $1 million idea, but if you don't know the right people or the right businesses to go to create this idea, then what you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's just multiple universes that you would have to go through in
Yeah.
order to really get to where you want. And it's crazy. It's
I feel
really
like,
crazy.
and what we really want to do too is, I feel like we're not the first entrepreneur site, and we're not the first, business site. What we are looking to do is, like, when we interview people, we're not going to just go, for one, it's hard to get those people, but two, it's not about interviewing or getting advice from all the big people, the people that are up here that you can't relate to. You want to talk to the people that either just got from where out of you, or the people that you might not have heard of but are making the same money as a person you see on TV. And we really want to get people. I'm more interested on being a part of people that come. I would, you're already big to me, for a lot of people that I've seen, but I can't wait to see where you're at in 5 years. I'll be more excited about that, knowing that I was a part of that in the beginning stages, than somebody that's, a business that's been around for 60 years, that's done thousands of these videos saying the same thing, So that's really what we're really looking to do. We got a lot of crazy, like, schedule already on the schedule, interviews and articles and stuff ready to go, but we really that's really what we're all about, man. It's just, I feel like young people just need there's other ways to get it, there's other ways out, and education is important. I just look to be one of those platforms where people can be educated, not on books, not on math formulas and stuff, on stuff that they can use in a different
and utilize actually utilize, instead of playing 4xy squared over 3v. Well, come on, man. Let's learn about things that's actually going to give us financial, like, gain. And it can be intangible assets. Again, bro, intangible assets, especially revolving around intellectual properties, is a big thing. People do not know, like, trademarks, copyrights, other things like that, like royalties, like
taxes. I mean, everything, man.
And that's big, man. If you could educate these children or these up and coming teens or young adults on these things and just financial literacy, that's a win in itself. Fuck the big names, fuck the followers. That's a win in itself. Seeing somebody grow based off of knowledge that you present or you helping somebody else, that's the goal. And that's all I want, man. To see the next to come just flourish from and use all what we've been through as a stepping stone to catapult themselves.
I mean, I think that's what it's all about. I mean, I feel like everybody has a purpose and everybody has what they're called to do. Everybody has interests, everybody has hobbies, everybody has things they're good at. Doesn't mean it's their their purpose, their passion.
Facts.
I feel like I'm athletic and I'm good and I can do a whole bunch of other stuff. But I feel like, my overall passion is why I want to be a business person. I'm me like you. I'm real goofy. I'm real smiley. I'm real, like, I ain't confrontational at all.
I ain't trying to hear that, man. I saw you dunking.
Yeah, but
I know I like flex. You like flex, man. I'm athletic. Yeah, I see you dunking, man. I said, damn, I gotta put in some work.
Man, now it's a hobby, man. I really, I feel like I want to be a business person, but my reason for a business person is not, and I've been saying this for a while. I have a list of things that I follow up every once in a while. Everybody has things they want to do and they follow some days, but generally what I try to do every day is say these things, and one of them is I'm a business owner that owns multiple businesses, more than I can count. And my goal for that is not for money. My goal is to create a resource that's so big that anybody needs to come to me, I can give them something. I'm more about putting people on. If I see talent in you and I know, I mean, I don't know how close you guys are, but let's just say, theoretically speaking, you were cool with your little beats or something like that.
Right.
And you respect your friend's time. And it's like, I'm not going to send everybody there, but if you see some talent coming up and they just need one shot, I think that's more powerful than giving money, or, giving people jobs. I feel like giving people a chance and opportunities. And that's really what I want to do. I feel like that's what I'm called on earth to do, is to be a resource for a bunch of people, whether that's helping you get into college, whether that's, you do need a donation, whether that is, maybe I'm from Delaware, second smallest state. When I went to Alaska, changed my life. And I feel like a lot of people, if they had that opportunity, it doesn't have to be Alaska, But
Right.
whether it's you're in a city, you go to the country, whatever it is, I think that brings something out of people that they didn't need, they didn't have, and they need it, and will just catapult their life from there. So I mean, that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm looking to do, and I feel like that's another reason why we created this, was just to be a resource in some type of way. But I think that's what you are doing too, as well, is creating an inspiration for people. It's not just a brand, a business, but it also inspire other artists to come out from your your background.
Everybody already know, man. They can come to me if I have a plug. They got a plug. I don't hold no information away from no one. Like, that's just how I am now. And everybody knows that if they ever brought something from me, I made sure that it was given with love, passion, because my business is governed by love, passion for my consumer base. I mean, I have, like you said, I have 10,000 loyal people, or 10,000 people on your consumer base that are loyal. I'm not at that. I'm not even at that point yet, but I do have quite a few people that are very loyal, and I show love to everyone that buys from me. But again, and it's, well, most of my proceeds too, I donate to the Hydrocephalus Foundation too. Okay. So like I write a check to them, because honestly, I want to see like people like me, like, them find a cure, because there's no cure for hydrocephalus. It's like literally a chronic I don't know. I'm not gonna call it like no disease, but it's just chronic, and I just want to find a cure for that too. But that's we already touched bases on that, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely I'll message you, so we have that link. I'll have that down in the description, so people also can donate and and be a part of that. I didn't know if you wanted me to. I seen a couple different products on there. I would like to share them. I'll make sure all the links are down there too. But there's a couple. You got a couple of things on there. I think you just had a glow up Aura on there. Was that?
Oh, my goodness.
That was fire. I think you got it's the one you just did. It got this fire jacket on there. I forgot it was. I think you got some heat on there. You got some heat on there.
That's the one, man. That's the one.
So we'll definitely have those links in there too, so people can see what you're all about, see the things you're participating in, and hopefully join the calls.
Factual.
What would you, before we end this, what would you feel like your final advice would be for an aspiring entrepreneur, somebody watching this?
I'm gonna speak my truth. If you from the hood, right? Mm-hmm. I'm from the hood. There was a situation in which, again, I'm going to use this, and I don't want to speak in ad nauseam. I'm on consumer basis, but there was, my consumer base dwelled in the realm of hoods, and what happens with hoods is friction amongst hoods. Yeah. So a certain hood that I was selling to had friction with another hood. Yeah. And it caused friction with me as an individual, because I was looked at as an individual. Yeah. So I had to tell both of the hoods that this isn't what I was going for, and if you guys wanted to project this type of stereotype negativity, then I'm not going to sell to you. Yeah. And also, don't look at me and my business as me as an individual in my business. Yeah. I said, although I'm an exemplification of my brand and I embody it, it's good to know to separate your business from your individuality. Yeah. Because that is going to save you a lot of time. Yeah. A lot of negativity. Yeah. A lot of money. And it's going to put you in a different category than other people that's doing it. Yeah. I have a quote, and it's me. I said, and one of my songs that I released, but I deleted because, again, I was like, I don't even want to be a rapper. Like, and this is some of the things that I struggle with, which is why I made my brand. Yeah. It's the external olive. I said, everywhere that you go, you take your brand with you. Everywhere. Yeah. You are exemplification of your brand. So what you stand for, the morals that you have, the way how you present yourself, that is your brand. Yeah. Regardless of your brand being an extension of yourself and a separate entity, you are your brand. Yeah. But one more thing, man. I think that You know, these young entrepreneurs, even old entrepreneurs, need to just be themselves. That's it. Do not let anyone do not be fooled by the mouths of the weak.
Yeah.
But live in your truth, and you shall be strong. Seriously, it's a beautiful thing when you accept yourself internally, your whole self, every flaw, every problem, everything. Just embody it. And that's it, man. That's about it.
We appreciate it, man.
That's
You got some
it.
dimes today. I appreciate you, giving us some of your time and just sharing some of your personal stuff. Again, means a lot to me personally. And as far as, the site, I think it'll help a lot of people. So I appreciate it. For everybody watching, thank you for tuning in. We're going to have a lot more content and interviews and articles and a lot of good stuff coming to hopefully help you with a lot of your decision making, a lot of motivation, and we're just looking to give quality content to motivate you guys. So we appreciate it, and look for more content to come.